Hi, I'm Gary White for Channel 6 Central Kentucky Television. I'm here with two ladies who are bringing some holiday cheer to everybody in Bardstown. We have Sylvia and Wilma here, are the co-chairs for the Bardstown Kiwanis Club's annual Christmas parade in downtown Bardstown, right?
That's correct.
I know it's a mouthful.
But that's okay. It's a lot of fun. And the parade is coming up soon. It's going to be
Thursday, December 7th
At 6 p.m.
6 p.m.
Thursday, December 7th at 6 p.m. right in downtown Bardstown. And if you haven't signed up to take part in the parade, we're going to let you know that some information so you can still do that. And then also how you can go and watch the parade and enjoy the activities. Because these two ladies have been putting it together. We were talking beforehand that you've been doing it for several years now, about 8 or so years here, right?
I think I've helped for 7 or 8 years now.
7 or 8 years now,
Yeah.
about 2 or 3 we have for
Right.
Sylvia as well. So they've been putting this parade together. And what is the theme this year for the Christmas parade?
A storybook Christmas.
Okay, a storybook
Yeah,
Christmas. That's exciting.
It is.
It is, and the way that Wilma and I came up with that theme, A Storybook Christmas, was actually in July. So ironically enough, Christmas in July, and she and I were texting back and forth and talking about the parade because, as you know, the time gets away from us. So ironically, this was in July that we came up with
I
the
think I was
theme.
on vacation and I texted her and I said, I've got a theme. And we ran with it because a lot of people came back last year and said, we want to be more children's theme-ish. If that's a word, theme-ish, children's theme-ish. So I was Googling some things, and then I'm like, we should play on the literacy side of this. I used to work in the schools and really take pride in just really giving back to the community and to the children. And this is a children's event. And so that storybook Christmas popped in my head. And I texted Sylvia and I said, I think this is a perfect theme.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So have you heard some of the different storybooks that some of the people are going to be doing? Or
I think a lot of people are keeping this secret
Okay,
now.
okay.
Yeah, it's top secret for now.
Exactly.
I went to get my hair done today, and one of the hairdressers, her husband works at Orbis, and so of course they put on lights over Bardstown.
Light up Bardstown.
Light up Bardstown. So they always have a nice Christmas float. So I'm excited. So I asked her, I said, what's Orbis doing? And she's like, can't tell you. But I know Orbis is going to come back and do something with the theme, and they're just going to be amazing.
Oh, great.
So I think they're going to really play it up pretty good this year. So they're going to notch it
Rack it
up
up
a
notch.
couple notches.
And a lot of the floats that are involved are going to have that theme that goes with it, right?
And we're
Now, they're
gonna make it
competing
easier.
for some prizes as well with the floats?
Yes, there is a nonprofit first place and also a nonprofit second place and also a business
Best
first
overall.
place. Yeah, and best overall as well, and a business category too. So they are competing, and it's only the floats competing for that part, and and they're being judged on their ability to incorporate a storybook Christmas theme.
And I think best overall, we said that the winners for the first place nonprofit and best overall and the first place, the first place winners will get their fees paid for next year.
Okay.
Yeah, so it
Very
kind of
good.
maybe give them a little bit of
Incentive.
to work really
That's
hard
right.
towards the theme and to bring what you have to the parade.
And speaking of that, if you do want to bring a float or just be part of the parade, there is still an opportunity for you to do that because you're going to be taking that pretty much up until the week.
Yeah, actually, our deadline was yesterday, and a couple of years ago, we were getting, as long as I've been doing it, 7 or 8 years, with the other chairperson who used to do this, we would get entries up until the day of, and I said, we can't keep doing this because it's so hard to get them organized.
Right.
And so to make it easier on the backside of organizing things when you're lining up that day of the parade, we put a deadline on it, and it's $25 fee to enter the parade if you signed up before Monday, which was yesterday, the 20th. So after yesterday, today forward, we're going to charge $50 because it is a lot for us to take our own time and put everybody into their categories and add you into there. And so But the money goes to a really excellent place, right, Sylvia?
It does, and all the proceeds go to the Bardstown Kiwanis Club for the breadbasket program, and that helps the local children here in Nelson County.
Great.
And the Kiwanis Club is also a sponsor of the parade, and it's put on by WBRT.
Right, fantastic. So the monies all go to a good cause, and it's $50 now if you want to take part, and you can kind of get that information to either Wilma or Sylvia. And where can they go to BRT to get an application if they need to?
Right,
Okay.
and WBRT is located in Bardstown at 106 South 3rd Street, or you can also give us a call at 348-3943 for more information about the Christmas parade.
And I know I've been getting a lot of messages on Facebook, and I've just been sharing the information on Facebook as well. So check out the event page. It should be on there. One thing we want to stress is if you have signed up to be in the parade, please follow the instructions. You'll get a call the week next week, actually. Sometime towards the end of next week, you'll start getting phone calls from committee members. And they're going to direct people or the entrants on where to line up, how to line up, what your number is. So it's very important that you listen to those instructions and tell your entire group how they're going to line up. And we want to stress that starting about 4:30, between 4 and 4:30, no vehicles will be allowed on Broadway,
Right.
in front of Bardstown High School, all the way down by the jail, unless you are afloat. Just because there's kids running in the road, we have to take safety. If we have one incident, I don't think I could ever put on another parade, and we just are stressing safety. So we've tried to change up the way we line up people and groups. Like walkers will be on the football field, the track entrance, so go to the Bardstown City School track field. If you are a car, and a lot of our elected officials are driving their own vehicles, you will enter in at 5th and Broadway and 5th and Tiger Alley. So enter in there, you'll drive around to the side and you'll see people, there'll be numbered sticks, and follow that to your number. People will be there to assist you. All floats must enter in at West Stephen Foster and Broadway, down by the jail. You will come in that way, follow all the way up. If you're number 10, you'll be closer to the front of the parade route. If you're number 50, you'll be farther back, probably past the city pool. So just really watch where you are, and it'll make it much easier. Last year we did that, and I implemented that last year, and it made our process much easier.
It made such a big difference.
Such a big difference.
So be sure to, if you have signed up, be sure to make sure that you pay attention to those instructions, because they really will help with
And
everything.
if you did not receive a phone call, please give myself or Sylvia a call. We will call the radio station. They'll give you one of our cell phone numbers. We'll get in contact with you and give you more instructions, or the instructions that you may not have received.
Great. Now, also, we want to mention that there is a Grand Marshal for the parade this year, right? That has tied in with the story book theme. So tell us a little about the Grand Marshal.
She is Leanne Florence, and she is an author who many here in Nelson County know. She comes to the schools, and Wilma brought her name up to me, and I thought that sounded like a perfect idea to have an author here who is well known by the children, because after all, it is a children's theme for the Christmas parade, and she comes and visits the schools, and she has written books all about dogs. So her dogs will be with her on parade night as well.
Is she the wiener dog lady?
She's the wiener dog lady. Yeah, she's awesome.
Interesting.
When I worked at the schools in Washington County, I had her there, and she did such a great job with the schools and the programs. And she wants to tell everyone that Chloe and Woody are so excited.
That's it. That's what
Woody
I
and
know.
Cody, that they're so excited to be in the Christmas parade. This is their first grand marshalling, and so they just keep barking. And I know, kids, that they're so excited. And something special is we have pretty much all of our dog groups in Nelson County, Bardstown, that are going to be in the parade also. So we're going to kind of put them up behind the Grand Marshal.
Okay.
So I kind of thought that was kind of neat. We have Bourbon City Bark Park that will be represented, and that kind of goes along with her dogs. And then we have The Humane Society, I think they're going to be in the parade.
Oh, great.
And Bardstown Rescue, they've already filled out their form and sent their stuff back in. They're going to be in the parade. And is there any other dog groups? If there is, send in your form.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely.
Yeah, because the
That's
dogs, our parade's going to the stories and to the dogs this year.
Sounds good to me. So that'll be a lot of fun to see all them going on there too. And we want to remind you too, if you are going to go out and watch the parade, as you mentioned, with safety for the people in the parade, but also the people watching the parade, you need to stay back as well because the parade, as we said, 6 o'clock at night, it's going to be dark long for some. So be aware of that. Keep your kids back on the sidewalk. And safety is an important factor they have to keep in there. And there won't be anything being thrown from the...
Nothing can be thrown from the vehicle. As a matter of fact, when we started organizing for this year's parade, we brought up an idea that we have checklists on each entry form. And do you mind talking about that for a second?
Absolutely. So we, on the parade form, on the back of the entry, there is a checklist for not throwing candy and the other rules for the parade. So it's important that all of our entries turn over on the second page and review all of those rules and read them, check them, and then sign them.
Like if you have an animal, we want you to pick up your feces because another group may be walking behind you, and we want to make sure that the road is clean and they're not dodging things that they shouldn't be having to dodge.
Right.
So just bring doggy bags. If you are, Clayton's Wild Bunch, they're always in the parade, and so we're just asking them to put bags on their horses to collect anything that might happen. That might make a mess in the middle of the road.
Exactly.
Yeah, we don't want Santa's sleigh going through,
Yeah, the reindeer may turn the other way.
Yeah, the reindeer may. We don't want to stop Santa from coming through the middle of Bardstown. So those are some rules we just put in place, and everyone had to check them and sign off on them. And we just, for safety, if you are a float or a group, make sure you have walkers that is walking alongside handing out candy or whatever
and not
you may.
Throwing the candy.
Yeah, just
handing it out.
Yeah, that way you get up close
easily.
and personal to the parade. And I just think that makes people feel like you're connected more with the parade group that's there anyway.
Absolutely. So again, the parade is going to be on Thursday, December the 7th, 6 o'clock p.m. So you can come on out and watch it at that time. Or if you want to take part in the parade, you can get an application. They are now $50 to take part, and you can contact either of these ladies to get an application for that, or go down to WBRT Radio and pick up an application, and you can be part of the parade as well.
Sure.
Yeah.
I do want to say one more thing. North 3rd Street on Thursday from 4 o'clock until after the parade is over with will be closed off. No parking from the courthouse all the way to Baskin-Robbins on both sides of the road, because we need that space for people to walk and hand out the candy. And so we'll put signs up the day before along both sides of the street. So remember, at 4 o'clock on parade day, the Thursday, December 7th, make sure your car is not parked on North 3rd.
Okay.
Oh, we're going to have some food down there too.
Oh,
Yes. Yeah, so everybody, when we were talking to people, what's your biggest thing that you want? And some people want to come down there and eat. So we've got Hog Run Barbecue. They're going to come down and set up right around Luckett in their parking lot. So people can go up and get their nachos are awesome. You want to go up and get a sandwich. I think the Go Center may be on the back side with some soup and chili.
That'd be good.
So because
very
it's cold.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because the past several years that I've been there, it's been cold.
And I talked to
It
Fresh.
has been freezing.
And I talked to Fresh. They're going to be open. We also are going to have the bookmobile. Can we talk about that
Yes,
real quick?
absolutely.
With the we had donors to donate money to buy some of Leanne's books. So we're going to set up the bookmobile around Baskin-Robbins, and she will sign and autograph the books. Chloe will, and Woody and Chloe will stamp the books with their paws.
Oh, good.
And the first X amount until we run out of money to buy her books, those first books, one per family, will be given out. Now after that, you can purchase a book from them. She'll still have the booth, and then she'll be more than happy to do meet and greets and photos with your kids, with the dogs.
Kind of like some rain
Yeah,
dogs.
yeah,
Some
yeah.
reindeer.
You never know. She may have a little reindeer.
Yeah, that would be super cute.
The rain dog.
But yeah, bring your camera and get pictures. This lady is phenomenal with children. Her dogs are phenomenal. But also the Nelson County Library is going to pass out books along the crowd route.
Oh,
So they're going to have
fantastic.
wagons, and they're going to have their little elves, their library elves, to pass out books. So be prepared for that. So our kids are going to get a little bit of treats this year with that.
Absolutely.
And we're
good.
really
all
excited
goes,
about that.
it all goes with the theme
Storybook
of a
thing.
storybook Christmas to hand out these storybooks. And while
Sounds
that
good.
is happening, Mary Cutter, who is originally from Marion County, is going to be singing. So this is all taking place before the parade,
Very good.
which does start at 6 p.m.
So really, Mary Cutter is going to be singing at the courthouse. The library will be reading How the Grinch Stole Christmas up close to Baskin-Robbins. Then they're going to switch.
Okay.
Or vice versa. They're going to switch, and then Mary will sing back by Baskin-Robbins. The library will do How the Grinch Stole Christmas. So we want to kind of engage the crowd before the parade, and that part's going to start around 5:15 to 5:20. So try to be in place early. Get your spot early so you can hear the singing and you hear the story.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
And
we're
also
excited.
So a lot of fun.
food.
Absolutely.
Get some
Get some
food.
food.
Dinner time.
Yes, and I know Fresh, they have some hot chocolate
They'll
or
be
coffee
open.
or cider and lots of different stuff that's going to be down there
Yeah.
too for it.
So we're just trying to switch it up this year and just make it just a great, fun time and fun evening for parents and for
for the
kids
kids.
and for us.
Exactly.
And for everyone involved.
Yeah.
Well, thank you to ladies for organizing all this
Well, thank
as
you.
well.
We've
So
got
stay
a whole
tuned.
committee. You know, we couldn't do it without our committee. We've got Sylvia and myself. We've got Don Bresnahan. We've got Melissa Thompson, Eddie Masterson, Joe Mattingly, Martha Nest, Roth from the radio station. So we've got some really good help, and we've got key clubbers and Kiwanians that are going to help us that day.
And we also have Dorothy White.
Dorothy White, of course, Dorothy will be schmoozing with Miss Leanne Florence the day of. So she's going to kind of be her escort around Bardstown.
Oh, good.
So if you see Dorothy and Miss Leanne, just
And the dogs.
And the dogs.
And the dogs.
Yeah, be sure to stop and get a picture with them. And Dorothy will be there taking care of her.
Now, will Dorothy be announcing?
No.
Not this year.
No, I will actually
You'll
be
be
announcing
announcing,
with
okay.
my colleague Dave Colvin, who goes by Big Dave on the Morning Blast, which comes on 102.7 WOKH. So he and I will be announcing the parade, and I believe Fred Hagen from WVRT will come in there as well. So we are super excited to do that and to just see the floats as they come down. There's a whole different energy that happens when the floats come down and when we announce, and the descriptions, all the entries, be sure you fill out the description that's on the first page of the parade form, and it's important for the announcers to announce exactly what you say.
Right, and get your information out there too.
Yeah.
And the announcing will be done by the courthouse.
Yes.
By the
Yes.
old courthouse. Right
Yeah.
there.
Yes.
And
Right.
if you want to donate money to our books for Miss Florence, we're going to actually have the radio station to announce and do all the sponsorship. I know Dave Williams has donated. Martha Nest with her tax business has donated. We've had a couple others. So I apologize that I can't.
Well, actually, I just thought of this one. The Nelson County Republican Women just donated to the cause.
Awesome. Yeah. So we're going to announce that, and it's a good way to get your business out there because it's going to be great advertising, but also you're doing something to give back at this time of year. And what kid does not want to read stories at Christmas? They're home. It keeps
Particularly about dogs.
promoting.
Yeah, the memories.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And it'll promote reading while they're home this winter.
Yeah, the winter break.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So again, we're talking about the Bardstown Kiwanis Club's annual Christmas parade. It's going to be on Thursday, December the 7th, starting at 6 p.m. right in downtown Bardstown. So come on out and enjoy. Thank you very much.
Thanks,
Thank
Gary.
you, Gary.
All right.
We'll see you there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, this was fun.